Yes, I have it.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
It says that the host.
Joanne.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's so meaningful to see all of these faces for those who are in the Zoom room, as well as those who are watching us via YouTube. It is very powerful to be together. My name is Rabbi Zach Shapiro. I'm the rabbi of Temple Akiba of Culver City, and I'm so honored. Tonight's going to be a treasured night in many ways. Both Cantors Freilich, our very own Cantor Lonnie Freilich, as well as her father, Cantor Jay Freilich, Cantor Emeritus of of University Synagogue in Brentwood, they are going to be joining together on this Shabbat for a service of healing. And we chose this particular Friday night because as our nation goes through this incredible divide leading up to next Tuesday, which of course is Election Day, we want the healing process to begin early because there is so much that we need to do to bring voices together. Healing is also about our own souls. There are those who are in very dark spaces. Maybe it's physical, maybe it's emotional, maybe it's mental. And tonight's service enables us to have peace, to have comfort, and to feel the embrace that so many of us need at this time. We're going to ask that those of you who are able to, that you find a set of candlesticks that you'll be able to light along with our honored member, Sue Pollop, not now, but in a little bit. Part of it is so that everyone can be part of the ritual of lighting Shabbat candles. But there's also something really nice about having candles during a healing service. And so maybe you'll get your, your Shabbat candles. Maybe you'll get some votive candles also. Create a setting surrounding you that can be very conducive to this time of healing together. We're going to open up our service with a song that's usually shared in the morning. It's called Elohai Neshama, and it means, God, the soul that you've given to me, it's pure. It's not that it's a good soul or a bad soul, it's pure. We have the opportunity each and every day.
Here's your power.
If we have the opportunity each and every day to restore our soul to a place of goodness. So Cantors Lonnie and Jay, if you will please open up our worship tonight.
Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Shenatata bi Tehorai. Ata berata, ata yetzata, ata nefachta bi, ve'ata beshamra bekibi. Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Shenatata bi Tehorai.
Friends, it's now our honor to lead us in the blessings over our candle lighting. It's our honor to invite Sue Pollop, a treasured member of our community. And once again, if you have candles with you, we ask that you please light those candles as well. I'm going to remove my little screen behind me because I've got candles also. There they are, but they can't be seen with the background on. Sue?
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
And thank you so much, Sue. We're going to continue with our Kiddush for Shabbat, led by Cantor Lani. And if we ask all who are able, if you can please rise.
My Kiddush cup, I think, sort of disappears into the screen. There we go. It's going to go back and forth, but it's in my hand. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikrae kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'chata ve'otanu kidasha mikol hamim, v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. L'chaim.
L'chaim. Friends, it's now our honor to call forward, representing the congregation, Charlene London. Charlene is a trustee on our board representing Social Action. Charlene, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi. My pleasure to be here and to welcome everyone. So Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and welcome to our Temple Akiba Shabbat healing service. Thank you, Rabbi and Cantor Lani, for conducting our beautiful service. And thank you for joining us, Cantor J. Freilich. It's always a pleasure to have you join us. And choir member Randy Murphy is also going to be joining us at the later part of the service. Thanks, Randy, for participating. And we have other participants. Sue Polyp, thanks so much, my dear friend, for leading us in the Shabbat candles, and Cantor Lani for leading us in the Kiddush. And then we got a message on chat from Elliot Rosenberg. So Mazel Tov, Elliot. He's in 7th grade, and he's preparing for his bar mitzvah and joining us today. And we're very happy that you're with us. So good luck to you. We have a number of important announcements for the coming month. I'm your social action trustee here at Temple Akiba, and our Walk to End Genocide is for the whole month of November, because it's a virtual walk and we can all do activities together. So you all got your bulletin. I got my new bulletin today. Our November, December bulletin came in the mail. So I know that yours will come either today or very soon. And there's a whole page on the Walk to End Genocide and how to sign up. So please do. It's much easier than in previous years. Jewish World Watch is sponsoring the walk and all the activities. But what we do is go on to the website, www.walktoendgenocide.org, and then scroll all the way down and you'll find Team Temple Akiba. So you join Team Temple Akiba, and then put your name in, and please make your donation so that you can be helping people struggling around the world, people trying to survive. And we're providing medical care and education and support and lobbying in Washington, D.C. And you'll see some of the groups of people that we're just learning about over the last few years who are trying to survive. And Washington, D.C. is listening. So that's for the Walk to End Genocide this month of November. The next announcement is about the Kahila program. This is one program a month for 12 months. This will be our third one, and it's Saturday, November 7th. It's at 5:30 p.m. It's 1 hour, and we have 6 sponsors in our congregation who have brought this program to us. So again, we thank Sue Pollop, Verna Aris, Trish and Bill Flumenbaum, Helene and David Jaffa, Renee Michul and Tom Klitzner, and Ira and Carol Diamond. So thank you so much. On December 13th, let me tell you what Saturday, November 7th program is. It's called Havdalah and Friendsgiving Concert. Not Thanksgiving concert, but Friendsgiving concert. And Josh Goldberg, our last cantorial intern, is going to be one of the 10 singers that's called the Top Voices in Jewish Music. So I know that we'll want to participate in that program. So it's produced through a link with YouTube, so we can do that. The instructions are in the bulletin. If you don't get the bulletin, go online to templeakiba.net, and you can bring it up. It's also announced in the e-news once every week. So that is our Kahila program. In December, there's going to be another musical program, a fun program for the children. It's called a Hanukkah program, a Hanukkah family program, and that starts at 3 o'clock. So be sure that you follow the time and you note the dates and the types of programs. They're all going to be very different. The next thing I want to talk to you about, let's see where we go. There's going to be a special meeting on Wednesday, November 4th at 5 p.m. And an email went out today to the congregation. And it's about, Temple Akiba is hosting a gathering, a time to listen and share what's in our hearts and in our minds, helping us to deal with what's going on post-election. You know, whatever happens. There'll be some challenges for many people, and here's our chance to talk about it and to deal with our feelings, okay? So I thank you very much. That is next Wednesday, the day after Election Day, November 4th at 5 o'clock. I think I've covered it. So thank you very much for listening to the announcements. And there are many other things going on in the month of November and December at Temple Akiba. And it's all online, it's all in our bulletin, and we certainly want as many people to join us as they can. So thank you very much, and Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much, Charlene. We appreciate your leadership. I want to extend one additional welcome to Carrington, who is a student at LMU who interviewed me earlier today. She said she began with a simple question, and if I could describe the tenets of Judaism. And I think that simple question just delved into more and more questions, or produced more questions and answers. And I was so delighted to speak to her then, and we as a congregation are delighted to welcome you to our service tonight. We're going to now continue with the singing of Modeh Ani. And it's another typical morning song, but it's about healing also. Thank you, God, for allowing me the opportunity to say thank you for today, to be here right now.
Modeh שחזרת במשפטי בחמלה, בחמלה רבה אמונתך, רבה אמונתך.
I sing that every morning to my babies, every morning. And it's a reminder to look at the world through new eyes and take it all in. Friends, we're going to ask now for all who are able to rise for our formal call to worship the Baruch Hu.
We remain standing for our next prayer, the Shema, one of the most important prayers in our liturgy, the prayer that reminds us that God is our God and that God is one. And we have a meditative song to begin this portion of our service, to begin the Shema section. It's called Open Up Our Eyes. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. We will know that you are one. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malechuto Leolam, Leolam Vaed.
And you shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And all these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart.
And you shall teach them diligently unto your children, and you shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up, and when you rise up, and you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be for frontlets between your eyes. When you write them on the doorposts of thy house, and upon your gates, and upon your gates.
That you may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God.
I had something all prepared for a reading about peace and healing to introduce us to the next prayer, the Michamocha. But then Ron brought Maya and Eli up for an evening kiss and good night. And the truth is, this is much more peaceful than any reading by any scholar that we can imagine. So as we go to the next prayer, the Michamocha, I want you to imagine holding these bundles of goodness, mostly goodness, there we go, of goodness in your arms, and imagining what it's like to go forward to a place of goodness. We continue with the Michamocha.
Michamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mikamocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot osef eleh, osef eleh. Ya la la la, ya la la la. La 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 la, ya la 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 la, ata Adonai Gal Yisrael. We continue with a beautiful song by Menachem Creditor, Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Your steadfast love is confirmed forever. Olam Chesed Yibaneh, Yadadai, Yadadai, Olam Chesed Yibaneh, Yadadai, Yadadai, Olam Chesed Yibaneh, Yadadai, Yadadai, Olam Chesed Yibaneh, Yadadai, I will build this world from love. Yadadai, and you must build this world from love. Yadadai, and if we build this world from love, then God will build this world from love.
We ask once again for all who are able to please rise for the Amidah.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, ve'Konei Hakol, ve'Zocher Chastei Ahavot ve'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah.
אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מחנוך בנביאות ומדום מלך, מלך ממיד ומחיה ומלך עצמי על ישועה, ונאמנת על החיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל.
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated, everyone. Earlier in the service, we learned about the word neshama. It has an interesting translation. In fact, it can be translated in many ways. Sometimes it means breath, sometimes it means soul, and sometimes it means spirit. And so I offer the following poem that I wrote to help navigate this service of healing. Nishmat Chaim, the breath of divinity, giving life to my body, a gift from the Garden of Eden that tickled my nostrils when I smelled a rose this morning. A reminder from Sarah Imenu, Sarah, our matriarch, when I heard my baby's laugh today, a well-needed opportunity to fill my lungs with fresh air while riding my bike. Nishmat Chaim, the soul of divinity. O God, the soul you have given me is pure. Each day I wake up with the opportunity to face the day with renewal, with hope, with purpose, with healing. Nishmat Chaim, the spirit of divinity. The spirit of humanity is God's lamp. God's lamp embodied in the Shabbat candles tonight, inspiring us to make a journey, to find our purpose, to face each day, each hour, each moment in time with presence. Nishmat Chaim, O source of breath, soul, and spirit. So many have waited for you, but you are waiting for us. Let us not waste our breath with bad language toward others. Let us not defile our souls with prejudgment. Let us not cloud our spirits by being divided. You created one humanity. Let us respond by healing our world, one breath, one soul, and one spirit at a time. We take a moment now for our own silent prayers.
Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 ya na na na. Na 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 na.
Friends, at this time in our service, for the most part, both Cantor Jay and Cantor Lonnie will be guiding us through some music of healing, through a sermon in song. I want to offer some context for it through some readings that are quite extraordinary in helping us on this journey. Rabbi Eric Yaffe, one of the past presidents for the URJ, the Union for Reform Judaism, wrote, "What if the injured party is dead? How then do you repent?" In other words, if someone who has died you want to seek forgiveness from, how do you do it? Rabbi Yaffe continues, "My grandmother was a take-charge Jewish woman, a business executive in the late 1930s, long before such things were common. She was a committed Jew with no patience for traditions she thought meaningless. She was a Zionist when Zionists were hard to find, devoted to her family, but also to her family business. She hired housekeepers to help with her children when Jewish mothers did not do such things. In the last year of her life, I was a rabbinical student, overwhelmed with work, concerned with my own family, and inevitably with myself. I kept telling myself, call Bama. She had not been well, although none of her illnesses seemed life-threatening. I didn't call her, and she died suddenly. And I've been asking myself for 35 years, why didn't I call?" The challenge at the holidays is sometimes not the big sins, violence, evil thoughts, and lewd associations, but the smaller ones, unwilling and unintentional sins. How do I repent at this season for the sins against my grandmother? How do I move forward? To some extent, I don't, because I can't. The sin always stays with me. But I can do this, Rabbi Yaffe teaches. I set aside some time to reflect about her life and her accomplishments, about her love for her family, and about how much of what I have, what I've become, derives from who she was. And I think about those who are important in my life, whom I've been neglecting, and I call them.
Ask one thing of you. Forgive us, return us, grant us life anew.
We offer another reading. A female novelist writes, "I talk to my mom at least once a day. My peers think it's a bit excessive, but I live far away and I miss and love her dearly, counting her among my closest friends," which isn't quite what you'd expect given the excruciating disintegration of what used to be our family. My list of grievances with the way I was raised and the way I wasn't raised, more to the point, is long indeed. For years I had been resentful, angry, dismissive, and contemptuous. She and my father had messed up, and I never missed an opportunity to tell them so. She always said that I'd understand how she felt about me when I had my own children, and I always rolled my eyes. A few weeks after my son was born, days as full of elation and fear and tears and laughter and difficulty and amazement and apprehension as any I'd ever experienced, I called her. She loved me this much? She had held and fed and bathed and dressed and cooed at me like this? She had felt my pain as her own? She had put all of herself into my well-being? I'm so sorry, Mom. She laughed. I've been waiting years for this, she said. As a personal aside, I get it. And as I raise Maya and Eli, as Rod and I raise Maya and Eli, we get for the first time what Mom and Dad did for all of us.
Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
This is my prayer. May the Holy One, who was a source of blessing for our ancestors, bring blessings and healing to me. A healing of my body and a healing of my spirit. May all the people in whose care I am entrusted be gifted with wisdom and skill and compassion. May I be surrounded by and open to their love, trust, and support, so that I shall not die but live. Blessed are you, Holy One, my source of life, my source of comfort, my source of healing. Dear friends, as we continue this time of healing, we will not only offer the Misha Berach prayer, but we ask you to release what's inside of you through our chat box. Perhaps there's a name of someone you're thinking of who can use healing. Perhaps that person is you. And so this is our moment to share those names and to also share hope, so that those who are in need of wholeness can feel our loving embrace.
Misha Berach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak veYaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel veLeah Uyevarech veYirapeh et hacholim. Misha Berach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak veYaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel veLeah Uyevarech veYirapeh et החולים.
For all the names that were shared in the chat box that you'll continue to share, as well as those who are on your mind and in your heart. We're all here with a loving embrace. May that healing not only be for the people, but for our nation as we anticipate what the next days and weeks will bring to our country. And may we go beyond unified and united toward a better place. To Cantor Jay and to Cantor Lonnie, thank you so much for lifting our souls so beautifully. And it's more than song and more than your voices, it's your presence, which makes such a powerful difference. And so we are truly thankful for you. We're going to continue our prayers now with the Aleinu, and we ask once again for all who are able to please rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tein gedula liyotzeh breshit, shelo asanu kegoyei ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, vekor aleinu kechol ha'amonam. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Please be seated, everyone. I want to offer a special reading before the mourner's Kaddish. And I offer this in memory of our veterans in this country who served and fought. We honor those living veterans next week. Not next week, in a couple of weeks, on the 11th. But we also think about how they served along with those who have died. And so they're very much on my mind as we enter November. Also, at this time, we recognize it's been 25 years since the murder of Yitzhak Rabin, Prime Minister of Israel, who wanted so very much for there to be peace in the region and in their country. And so for these luminaries, I offer this reading. Yizkor, we remember. Remember our people who suffered and died so that we could be free and secure. May their memory be more than a distant shadow. For their dreams left unfulfilled and lives taken too soon, we remember. Remember our brothers and sisters whose sacrifice kept the dream of democracy and justice alive. May their courage be our inspiration and our strength. For life cut short and vision unrealized, we remember. Remember the fallen of our armed services, the victims of terror and tragedy. May the darkness of their loss not obscure the light of peace. They were in love with our land and in love with life. For the agony, the tears, the mothers and fathers, the children who were, and the children yet to be, we remember. We, of course, remember friends and family of our own community who have died, who will always shine upon us from their eternal resting spaces. We remember first those for whom we are in Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning, including Joel Theodore Glassman, Barbara Levy, and Jerry Swiro. For those who are also observing Shloshim the first 30 days, we ask that you please put names in the chat box of those for whom you are in mourning. We continue with the yard sites, the anniversaries of the deaths that occur on this Shabbat. And once again, we ask that you place names in our chat box to recognize those for whom we are all remembering. We begin with those who have plaques in our Sue and Jerry Erfring Memorial Room, including Maurice Davis, Francis Halper, David Clore, Esther Meyer, Freddie Rapport, Bernadine Rubin, Herman Rue, Louis Soloff. We also remember Boris Abramoff, Helen Burgess, Meyer Dubinsky, Bernard Dubinsky, Fanny Dvorsky, Sidney Eisner, Jack H. Foreman, Abe Gilman, Ida Glickstein, Sandra Goldstein, Albert Katz, Emmanuel Kleinfeld, Dorothy Krimstein, Norma Moser, Ernest Nathan, Louis Rosenberg, Ron Ross, Joseph Salzman, Hyman Smith. May their memories guide us with goodness always. We ask that you please rise for Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah. Yomad yibrach rotev yamlich malchuteh. V'chayechon v'yomechon. Uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael. Bagalau v'yizman kariv imru, amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam olmei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach. V'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal. Shemei d'kudashah b'richu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata b'nechemata. Damiran v'yama v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Useh shalom b'mromav. U'ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru, amen. May the one who causes peace in the high heavens help us understand that by reaching out to one another, we create peace on earth as well. For all Israel and for all humanity, we say, amen. Please be seated, everyone. Cantor Lonnie, what are we closing with tonight?
So we actually have two closing songs. We have a really beautiful presentation from Randy Murphy, one of our choir members, and he is going to sing a version of Psalm 23 of Adonai Roi. And we wanted to include it in this service because the message is that God is there for us. God is there to protect us, even when we are fearful, when we are in need of healing, when we are close to death, that God is there to guide us and to watch over us. So Carol is going to screen share Randy's beautiful version of Adonai Roi.
Adonai Roi lo echsar bin ot deshe yarnitzeni al shir shobeb shobeb yancheni b'ma'ale tzedek yancheni b'ma'ale lema'av shamot atov ha'chesed yirdefuni ko yemech hayai ko yemech hayai v'shavti me'ved Adonai le'orech yamim. Adonai roi lo exar. Adonai roi lo exar.
Randy, that was so extraordinary. Thank you for arranging to have that with us. We know that you're here at services, as well as Mary Lou Basarab, our choir director. Did Mary Lou do the accompaniment on that? I wasn't sure. Yes, got it. So thank you to Mary Lou as well. So Kendra, what is? Oh, actually, before we do our final closing song, one more shout out of thanks to Carol Diamond, who is always behind the scenes doing as our Zoom master. Carol, you make it seamless for all of us, and we're truly, truly grateful. When we conclude with our closing song, we're going to stop the live stream, but we'll all be able to be here and schmooze and catch up with each other a little bit. And it'll be nice to see everyone and say hi. So Kendra, what's our next closing song?
Our last closing song is Be'ado. This is from Craig Taubman. This is one of my favorite songs to sing, and especially with my father. Unfortunately, because of Zoom limitations, we're not able to truly sing together, so we're going to share a video of us singing Be'ado together that was made for the Hillside Father's Day Memorial Service.
Spirit
Cantor, I have both a challah and a croissant. Which do I do? Which should I use tonight for motzi? Unless you probably got a grand chocolate covered one.
I do actually, but we can use all of your challah, croissant. I actually have a round challah tonight.
Ooh, sweet.
With all of the fun accoutrements on it. So let's use them all.
Great. Everyone, put your hands toward your camera, so we can at least feel like we're all touching the challah the Cantor has, or the croissant that I have, and we can all join together.
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices join in happy chorus as our prayer is humbly said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.